friends. Ooh, the light just went weird. This is Friday, the 18th or 19th of February, and this is Leslie's The Beautiful Life. I wanted to touch base with you and let you know how I'm doing with my following through on February. I had to set some goals in January, as most people do, and then they kind of fall away in February. Oh, my ear kind of hurts today. My goals, as always, are to move more and be less sedentary. If you don't know, I have metastatic breast cancer and I take chemo long term. I will always be on chemo. That makes me pretty fatigued. It also, because of the type of cancer I have and the areas that it's located in my body, makes it kind of less than thrilling to do exercise. I have it in my lungs, which makes it difficult to breathe. So doing cardio, like running on the treadmill or, doing the stair climber or, even I love to hike, and we take a lot of hikes in the summertime. I can become kind of short of breath, but I persist and push through. I wanted to let you know how I'm doing with following through, make some recommendations, things that have helped me this month, and just kind of share what I do in my day-to-day. One of the things that I've been doing this month, wow, I really need to stand where there is better light. The reason I'm up and moving around is because I'm actually in my kitchen making lunch right now. You want to go outside? Want to go outside? Go outside. Go outside. Off you go. Oh, Sadie wants to go too. Come on. Out you go. Go on. So yeah, I'm in my kitchen. I'm making lunch right now. But I wanted to share some of the things that I've been using as tools to help keep me motivated and going and interested, engaged in getting my butt up off of the couch and doing something active. One of the tools is the app or website, MyFitnessPal, and that site helps to help you set goals. You're deciding what your goals are. You input them. You put in your weight, your height, just the basic information to help them determine your body mass index, what sort of fitness level you're at, what sort of fitness level is your goal to become at. There are recipes and exercise links for videos, and one of the things that I did that helped me in the past couple of weeks was to find and print out on the website this little piece of paper, and essentially it is whoa, I just got really big. It is Wanderlust.org. No, it's just Wanderlust. And I put in that I wanted to walk/run on the treadmill. Come on, puppies. Look at this one. The wind is blowing her hair. Oh my gosh. Sada, come here. Come on. Come on. At any rate, within the site of MyFitnessPal, I found this link to Wanderlust. Whoa! Super close to Wanderlust. And I told it that I wanted to walk/run and do yoga. And so it helped to print this calendar for me for a 30-day at a glance, and it tells me based on where I'm at and where I want to go with my goals how much I should do of yoga on one day and walking on the next, and certain days it's a combo of each, and it's been pretty helpful. Now because I have cancer and I am on chemo, I'm on chemo 3 weeks a month with one kind of chemo and every day of the month with another kind of chemo, I sometimes feel fatigued and I have to really push myself through that to get myself to exercise. So I have to share with you that I have not stuck religiously with this calendar. I did allow myself a day off yesterday. It was day 2 of my Ibrance cycle and I felt pretty blah. But I make myself consistently stick to a mainly plant-based diet with occasional meals where I incorporate chicken or fish. I'm not a huge beef fan, so I'll have turkey, ground turkey, and I'm getting less and less into eating meat and more back to the vegetarian lifestyle that I had for 5 years. What I'm eating today is I have made myself some quinoa, which is a grain. I make it in big batches and leave it in the cupboard or fridge rather. I eat like a cup of this, and I had some dried pinto beans, so I soaked them overnight and then brought them to a boil on the stove and then reduced that boil to a simmer and set my timer for 2 hours. And when they are squishable like this, then you know that they are done. It cost $1.99 for a can of beans, and this is $1.99 for a package of dried beans, and essentially it made 8 cups of beans. So for $1.99 I got 5 extra cans of beans. Of course, it did take 2 hours of my time, but while it was cooking, I was doing other things like exercising and getting ready for my day and writing grocery lists and stuff like that. So the main tips that I had for you today were check out myfitnesspal.com or download the app if you have an iPhone or a any other type of smartphone. Download the app. It's very helpful. You log your food each day, you log your exercise. I, years ago, participated in Weight Watchers and have done Weight Watchers off and on throughout time. And honestly, MyFitnessPal mirrors more closely what it is like to be a member of the Weight Watchers group than any other eating plan that I have seen. And it's not an eating plan because they don't say you should eat, vegetarian or vegan, or you should be a meat eater. You put in what you have eaten each day. It tells you how many calories that counts for, and it just kind of keeps track of your calories. It tells you that if you eat 1,200 calories a day as a woman and you do 30 minutes of exercise each day, you will lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. And then it tells you how many weeks it will take for you to get from where you're at now to reach the goal that you've set for yourself, or if you go over those calories. Because face it, there are days you're hungrier than others and your food choices might be not as great. Maybe some days you're great at sticking to a plan, but then there's a pizza in your future. And that's going to be higher calories. So you put that in, you be honest about it. If you go over your calories, it says, okay, it's going to take you a week longer to reach your goal. It just breaks it down into a more concrete visual thing that you can see where you're at, what it recommends, and yeah. So you may be asking yourself, what am I going to be doing with this quinoa and this pinto beans? I like to make what I call bowls. You can get these at like any burrito place, I suppose, but because I'm not having a tortilla, I just simply take a scoop, or as I had said, about a cup, and that's, you know, I'm not measuring my food, but that looks like about a half a cup. And I'm going to take another scoop to make a cup. And then I actually am going to measure out the beans just simply because it's easier for me to do that. I take about a quarter of a cup of the beans and I put those on. And then I really like this brand of salsa. It's called Garden Fresh Gourmet Jack's Special Salsa. I get that from Costco. Whoa. I get that from Costco, and I will use about a quarter of a cup of that. I'll add a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of paprika, and a little bit of cayenne, and I mix that all together and I make kind of a bowl. Some people add cilantro or parsley. I don't have any fresh stuff today because I'm trying to get more plant-based. I'm not going to be putting any cheese on it. So that's just kind of what I do in a day. Most days I use my Vitamix to make tomato soup, or a type of a pasta sauce, marinara sauce. I might eat that with noodles, or if it's the soup, I eat it with a piece of high grain bread. I kind of fall into food ruts where I like certain foods and then I just kind of eat that food for a while until I'm bored with it, and then I move on to something different like the quinoa and the beans because it's more filling. And I am about to run to the grocery store, so I don't want to be hungry when I'm there. And that's another tip. If you're going to go shopping, make sure that you're satisfied before you go to the store, that you have eaten, because then you are less likely to buy crap, chips, Twinkies, whatever your weakness is, ice cream. So yeah, that is where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry I'm up moving around so much, and maybe this video is a little blah, all over the place with the puppies and the food and me talking, but I'm doing pretty good. I weighed myself this morning and I've gone from 157 to 149, and my goal is to get to 130, which I believe is a healthy, shapely weight for me, where I still have curves, but I'm comfortable with those curves, and I have a little bit of fat on my body, but I'm on chemo, so I need fat in my body. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I really appreciate you checking in with me at Leslie's Beautiful Life. And I'll talk to you next week about where I'm at and what I'm doing and what sort of things are helping me get to where I'm heading. See you next week.